Hey everybody, this is just Bandit, my guard dog, and I, getting back to you on the update that I had promised you about taking the Repatha, or the drug that I was taking for the last, well, actually I've been taking it for almost 4 months now. And I really want to share this because I feel it is so important. And just to bring some of you up to speed, what was happening is the last 3 or 4 years, I was diagnosed with familial hypercholesterolemia. That's a hard word to say. And it is basically a genetic marker. It is it's an inherited trait that you get, that basically it means you have high cholesterol that cannot be corrected with any kind of diet or exercise. Basically, the only thing you can do is take a statin or take medication. So, for the last 3 or 4 years, I've been taking different statins, and it's been quite a journey because every year that I go to see my doctor, he would prescribe me a different statin. And I had explained this in in one of my first videos about how he would put me on a Crestor, for example. And sure enough, I'd go back 6 weeks later, and the blood work looked great. I mean, my cholesterol would go from 300 down to 160. And so it worked great, but unfortunately, I could not walk. I had a lot of repercussions with the drug. So I just decided to take myself off, and I did. And, oh, thank you. Ben is giving me kisses. And this went on for 3 years. I mean, then I'd go back the next year after my doctor, would scold me and tell me, you just can't be doing that. He would give me a different medication, like Lipitor, and maybe a different brand might help. So I would try that. I'd go and get my blood work tested 4 to 6 weeks after that. And sure enough, the blood work looked great. My cholesterol would be down to 150, 160 mark, but however, I couldn't walk again. So this went on for a while, and I always would go back to the same thing. I'm way too active, and I have to be able to walk and do the things that I want to do. So I took myself off of the statin again, and basically I've been diagnosed as a statin intolerant person. And there are 5 to 20% of the Americans who suffer from high cholesterol have this statin intolerant situation. So, there's a lot of people out there that I thought, by putting this video together, I know there's other people out there that have high cholesterol, and I know that there's a lot of people out there who cannot tolerate the statins. So the first, after I met with the doctor in November, he said, if you're not going to if you're not going to take a drug like a statin or Crestor, Lipitor, then there's a new drug that just came out, and I explained this in my very first video about the Repatha, which is it's a different than a statin. It works as a like a serum, and it's worked. You take it as a shot, and you alternate in your leg every other week. And we got it approved, and I started taking it before Christmas, and I did give you the first results. But the name of the medication is Repatha, and the generic version is Praluent. Praluent is what I'm taking right now. And it comes in a little box like this, and it's got the 2 shots. I took the shots out, but there's 2 shots in here because it has to stay in the refrigerator. And it lasts, that's a 1-month supply, once every 2 weeks. And after the first 4 weeks of taking the medication, I did put out a second video to give you guys a result video to let you know what was going on. And I was very, very pleased with the results, and I did post this, but I'll post it again for people who, haven't had a chance to be up to date on all this. My cholesterol was originally 300, and my LDL was 210. And that LDL is that's the very bad cholesterol, and that's the cholesterol that causes most of the problems. And as you can see, after 6 weeks with the shot, my cholesterol went to 150, and my LDL went to 88. So I shared this in the previous video, and I was just absolutely thrilled that, it worked as well as it did. I mean, I actually didn't even believe that it was my blood work, because I couldn't believe something that simple could be so effective. Taking a shot, it's easier than taking a pill every day as far as I'm concerned. So I promised everyone that I would get back to you and let you know let you know what has been going on since then, because I really wanted to know for sure if the statin was effective, if it was going to be sustainable, and if it was going to be consistent. And I was concerned that I was not going to get those results. So I, of course, went in and had my blood work done again. And sure enough, I got my results a couple weeks ago. And my results are holding at 150 for my cholesterol. And my LDL has actually dropped again to 64. So I have to share this with you because I love all you guys. And I know there's people out there who are having trouble with high cholesterol. 1 in 3 Americans will have high cholesterol. And 800,000 people suffer a major, I should say 800,000 Americans, as far as the statistics. 800,000 Americans suffer from a major heart attack or stroke every year in this country. And out of that 800,000, 140,000 people die. And I don't know all the statistics of, what happens with these people. Of course, we know there's 140,000 people who die, but of the people who have the major heart attacks and strokes, what happens to them after these strokes and heart attacks? What happens to their quality of life and with their families and the cost and the burden? And if this is something that can be prevented, which a lot of this can be prevented because it's high cholesterol. Now, I know that I say a lot of the negative things about statins. Statins are a great drug. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a negative drug for me because I'm statin intolerant. But, 80 to 90% of the people out there can take statins and not have a problem. And it does lower their cholesterol perfectly. So I think that's great. But there's a lot of people who can't take statins. And I'm one of those people. And I was at a very high risk. So I'm so glad this drug came out on the market. It's cutting edge. And it just got approved by the FDA in 2015. And that's why I shared the previous 2 videos on Facebook with you. And now that I know that my cholesterol is still holding at 150 and sustaining that number for January, February, March, and April, 4 months, going into May, right? Okay. And also that my LDL has dropped even more since 6 weeks ago when I had the blood drawn before to have it checked. That's pretty great. So I want to share this with you because I know there's a lot of people who might be suffering from this. You might have friends or family who have high cholesterol and they're having problems with taking a statin. Look, we got to help each other out when we can. We are, we're losing way too many friends and family. And, I know that there's a lot of people. I have friends and family that are going through serious and, devastating things in their life right now, whether it's a death or devastating illnesses. And, my heart goes out, to all of you, my friends and family. And I know that I'm not on Facebook that much anymore, but I think about you all, and I know who you are, and I know what's going on, and I pray for all of you. And I know that this is not, it may not seem like a very big deal compared to all these other things right now, but it could be a big deal. It could be a very big deal. And if it's something that's going to maybe extend your life by 5, 10, 15, 20 years, maybe longer, then why wouldn't we look into that? And if it's going to affect the quality of your life, then why wouldn't we check into that? But there's a lot of people that are out there that don't even know what their cholesterol numbers are. I mean, you shouldn't have to wait till you're 50 or 60 when you think you should be going to get it checked, just because you're getting older. If you're 30 and 40 years old, we have people that are dying from heart attacks and strokes every year, and they're in their 30s and 40s. So I just wanted to, reach out to you and let you know you need to know your numbers. Seek out new information if you're having troubles with taking a statin. And, let's just help each other out. I just know that I wanted to do this video. It's been a tough journey the last 5 years, thinking I was ever going to get this straightened out. And I am very, very happy that I stuck with it, because there are times when I just wanted to quit. But stay with it and get checked and take care of yourself. You know, you have to be your own best friend, and you have to be your own best advocate. No one can do it for you. And I hope I've helped just one person even. It'll be worth it to put this video together. So check it out, and I love you guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys or talk with you maybe in 5 or 6 months. Say goodbye, Bandit. You've been taking good care of me too, haven't you, Bandit? He's like, I'm so glad, Mommy, you're feeling better. Okay, guys, I love you, and spread the good news and take good care of yourself.